doing in this very moment?
Hmm. Well, uh, feel there is I'm feeling kind of, there's some energy blockage happening. I think that's contributing to a little feeling of just like nausea
Yeah,
from like undigested emotional content.
yeah,
Yeah,
I see
but
that.
it's not so extreme, but
Yeah,
there's definitely something that's clouding up the air.
I'm on the same
What
page.
about you? Yeah.
Feels gloomy, and I
What
feel
for me?
like I have no reason to not be happy. I have no
Hmm.
reason to be gloomy. But
Hmm.
if you were to just ask me right now, like my honest, and I don't even know why I'm feeling this way, but it just feels like I feel kind of down. I don't really feel like in the mood of wanting to be happy right now.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then
And
that's A-okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And but I could tell that there's a part of me that doesn't like it though.
Yeah.
I know it's okay to be it, but it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
I
yeah.
don't feel very perky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not that we should be perky. God.
Yeah, exactly.
Why should you be perky?
Yeah, this need to be.
Sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not, okay?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know why. Like, I love your background picture. I also want to
Thank
mention,
you. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it's so beautiful. I love
I
it.
Yeah.
By who?
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, I think it's, I'm feeling like the black swan in the white
Hmm.
world, maybe. Because I mean, it's a bright, well, where I'm at in Morongo Valley in California, kind of a bright blue day, but I feel like a black swan.
Interesting. Well, where I'm at in New York, it's cloudy. It's cloudy.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
it's not
Yeah.
sunny today. Well, it is, but it's cloudy. Yeah.
Hmm.
But I almost feel like the painting in the back and this frequency art, uh,
Hmm.
it feels too high vibe of a frequency of where my mood is at.
Oh, with yours, with the Christ consciousness frequency?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
uh, like it feels a little bit too much.
Oh.
Yeah, of where I'm at personally with this feeling state. Yeah.
That mix mismatch.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
And I love what you said, where why do we feel like we need to be perky? And I love that you said that because it's so true. Like, why do we need to? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the resistance that's causing this.
Oh,
Yeah, like that, what you just said. Oh,
I
yeah.
know. Yeah. And I know this is on the topic of the ever ongoing theme of showing up as you are
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and the belief I'm constantly working to dismantle in myself that you have to be in a certain state to be seen, to show up, to share.
Yeah.
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 Those conditions, expectations.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe just even being here, showing up as we are
Yeah.
in this state or something. There's
Do
medicine
you,
here that,
there is.
mhm.
Do you feel, I'm feeling like um I don't really have much to say in this feeling state,
Mhm.
but it's not that I don't want to do new moons right now.
Mhm.
Um, like I want the connection to do new moons, but there's
Mm.
really nothing much I want to say. And there's
Mm.
that. Yeah, like, okay, so then what's the point of doing mirror rooms if I don't really have anything to say because I'm in this feeling state?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like it's this feeling state um is it not having anything to say because it really doesn't want to say anything, or because it thinks it like an expectation to
No, it's not that.
communicate?
Not the expectation.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just, well, this is also being me too. I guess I
Mm-hmm.
just want to show that side of, yeah, really don't have much to say.
Mm.
But then I do feel that I know I'm very emotional though.
Mm.
Well, just even talking about things, I just get this whack of feeling of like in this very vulnerable feeling state. And I don't even know why. It's just like, so like for instance, I'm just talking to you about nothing, right? And then now I'm just feeling, oh, I can easily tap into feeling emotional.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind of gloomy. Okay, so this is where I'm really at right now. I feel
Mm-hmm.
kind of gloomy and don't necessarily feel the want to be happy. And I also feel very like emotionally vulnerable.
Mm.
Yeah. Where if you just tell me a story about somebody that's in a sad situation, I will just easily cry.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or if I talk about something that's sad, I'll just cry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's me.
when you said that, I just remembered a part of my dream last night.
Oh, what was it?
So I found Pearl. Okay, so Pearl is I feel weird just saying that she was my dog, my little mini poodle, Ascended Master,
Yeah.
who died 2 years ago. Anyway, she was in my dream, and I suddenly found her like under a bed or something,
Uh-huh.
and she was really, really skinny
Oh,
and not looking very good. And I was just so, I don't know, I was like I was sad to see her in that way and happy to see her. I was like, Pearl, oh my God, what are you doing here? And I just picked
yeah.
her up
Yeah.
and I just gave her food. I gave her mackerel and rice. And I was just kind of like PBOing, like mixing
Oh,
it up,
wow.
give it to her.
I see it gets me so emotional. Oh my
Oh.
God.
Oh. I don't know why, but maybe there's something about seeing her. Is that a representation of
Self.
myself, the parts in ourselves that we're just kind of hiding, waiting to be discovered?
Yeah.
Because she looks so weak and kind of lifeless, but she was still alive, but she's just kind of barely there. It's so sad.
I'm glad you noticed her because I know how much
Yeah,
Pearl meant for you.
I know. And I was
Have
just
that
like,
dream.
oh my God, how could this being who I love so much, the most precious being in my life, just be, you know, there in a place where no one could see
Yeah.
how she was doing?
So malnourished.
Yeah, malnourished. So I'm thinking, in what ways are what ways am I, what's going on in the collective? Is this some part, yeah, that's hiding, being unseen and malnourished?
Well, it is funny how everything is just kind of lining up because I really had no idea what we're going to talk about today. Like nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
very clueless, but now that you say your dream, I just feel like, okay, now I'm like, oh, I know what to say to that.
Mhm.
To connect your dream was, I think you're right. Like somehow this collective energy is really strong of um even recognizing it for myself, but everyone that I've connected with,
Mhm.
um, like not fully in alignment and feeling safe to express like authentically who they truly are.
Mm, yeah,
Um, and we kind of
yeah.
touched this yesterday of um like owning yourself fully.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel like we all have this part that believes, oh no, I am owning myself. What are you talking about? But then there's a deeper layer of recognizing, oh shit, I wasn't really owning myself.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel, yeah, it feels like even this emotional state that I'm at is like it's something, it's connected to that.
Mhm.
Whether it's myself and the collective or just myself, but I feel like it's the collective because I keep seeing the reflection,
Mhm.
everyone that I connect with being in that same energy.
Mhm.
And I noticed that fully aware of it, fully aware of it, but not wanting to see the truth of surrendering to fully owning yourself. And these are all aware people that know this about themselves, even me included. Um,
Mhm.
but recognizing that it wasn't in 100% alignment in owning myself.
Mm. You mean by owning yourself, like really acknowledging like all the different states of yourself?
Um, yeah, like, yeah, like basically like really surrendering into knowing like who I am
Mm.
and confidently showing everybody who you are.
Mm.
It's
Mhm.
almost like we got to experience a bit of that where you get to show people who you are through how you want them to perceive you,
Mhm.
or showing who you are by manipulating the situation to get them to see who you are instead of just surrendering to who you are. It's like you have to either control the situation or manipulate the situation, or even to surrender in a way where it's not fully surrendering, but you would think it's surrendering, but it's not fully surrendering, to get them to see you in who you think you are, but not fully claiming and owning by this is who I am without
Mhm.
changing anything or try to change it so that the person can see you in the way that you see yourself.
Yeah. I noticed when you're saying like controlling things to serve how you want to be seen,
Mm-hmm.
like when you kept saying things about control,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed my nausea just keeps flaring when you're saying things about control.
Oh,
So I feel that, yeah, this symptom is connected to some subconscious part of me wanting to control
yeah.
things rather than owning just who I am, what I'm feeling in the moment.
And I
Yeah.
see you as someone that controls really well in a healthy way.
Interesting.
Like your boundaries on how you control yourself,
Uh-huh.
it's almost like, wow, how did she do it? I really admire the way you
Mm.
control yourself in a healthy way.
Mm. It's interesting to hear, yeah, because there is this association, but also of control of being something negative. But it's
Mhm.
interesting to hear you say that it's a
Yeah,
positive health thing.
how I see it being healthy, the way you utilize it is because for me, control, um, like how I would control myself, it was a very negative experience.
Hmm.
It felt very abusive
Hmm.
and it made me hate control.
Hmm.
But to see you the way you control yourself, it's like, oh, how did she do that? Like, you get me to see control in a way where I want to learn how to do that. And you and
Mm.
my mom have that same energy where I can definitely see that you guys utilize control that really benefited you guys in life.
Mm.
Yeah, like the
Interesting.
positivity to control.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it makes me feel like, oh, I don't know how they do it. I don't think I have it in me to be able to control it the way you guys do in a good way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Hmm. So,
So, but there's also, I feel like
yeah,
shadow
yeah,
control too. Yeah. But nice to know that, yeah, it's not about
yeah,
getting rid of control, but
yeah,
sometimes you can use it in a way that harms you, or control can be also a very beneficial thing too.
yeah, yeah,
Um, um, yeah, have your understand your limitations.
yeah.
Yeah, honor that.
Uh-huh. And I get it too, that shadow would only crop up if control is the only thing that's being utilized.
Mhm.
And for me, on the opposite is, uh, what was it? Um, oh, because I have negative experience to control of how I self-control, um, I ended up giving up on trying to self-control, but found a lot of positivity in surrender.
Mm.
So to fully surrender into whatever experience was like, oh, I feel so liberated. This feels great.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
like experience a lot of positive things in that area, but
mhm,
only utilize that a lot more than um, balancing both in
mhm,
a good way for me. Yeah.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And oh, now where is this going? I feel like we're in a whole new different
I know.
like feeling state.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you at? Because now I feel different.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we kind of moved
Mm-hmm.
through different emotional states, I
Mm-hmm.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. I think the question I'm having is, um, I mean, yeah, we've been talking about this about, well, when you have, mm, yeah, like too much control and you're not really
Mm-hmm.
alive. And I just thought about the dream with Pearl, like she's under the bed and starving. Um, how are we controlling, how are you controlling yourself to kind of stay under and hidden
Ooh.
and not letting yourself get nourished by life?
Mm. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I really like this. Um,
Mm.
are you getting something? I'm getting something along the lines of how was Pearl in the dream so convinced that it's better to starve yourself and
Mhm.
not change the situation, even though she's aware
Mhm.
she's malnourished and like slowly hurting herself, like basically starving
Yeah.
herself, killing herself.
Yeah. Well, she was under there because she was scared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was better to be in that situation than to fully own herself to come out to be like, hey, I
Mhm.
need food. Look at
Mhm.
me. Like, it was like, don't even look at me, right? 'Cause she's under the bed.
Mhm.
So, like, not owning herself to be like, look at me. Look at what I look like.
Mhm. Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
you noticed her, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
You just happened to look under your bed.
Yeah. And I was so surprised. I was like, what are you doing here? Because it was so obvious to me that if I saw her and knew she was there, I would take care of her.
Yeah. Oh, is that how you felt?
Yeah, like my reaction was, I didn't know you were there all this time.
Mm.
And of course, I want to give you food and love. But if I hadn't seen her, I wouldn't have been able to do that. But I just
Oh
happened
my
to
God.
meet
But
her.
wait, so do you think this is saying, you know, uh, you and I did a lot of integration, right? So we've come to this space of like, um, I mean, I'm not saying you have to do integration to get to into this space. Sorry if um it someone like misinterpreted what I just said, but what I meant was like yourself wants to see the truth, wants to know what's going on. You
Mhm.
want to see it because to see it is like, oh, of course I want to give you food. Of course I want to give you love. Like, I want to see it so I can give you what you want because that's what I want to give you. I really want to see what you want because that's what I want to give you. But it was almost like you had to find out instead of Pearl letting you know.
Mhm.
But wouldn't you be so grateful if Pearl felt safe enough to let you know or to see, allow you to see her?
Mhm.
And even from your perspective of discovering her on your own, like, oh, I didn't know you were in there. It was almost like, I wish I knew you were in there from before. So
Mhm.
you never had to be in there in the first place.
Mhm.
So it seems like there's a part of you that's like, if
Oh
everything
my.
is yourself,
Mhm.
and if Pearl
Yeah.
was a reflection of yourself, yeah,
Mhm.
right? Like, I want to know the truth of myself.
Mhm.
Don't be scared to shy away from me. Oh my God, it's getting me emotional.
Mhm. Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
can we make these parts, and not just me or you, but every human
Yeah.
being feel safe enough to own themselves to say, hey, this is how I feel.
Mhm.
And then me being met with, oh, thank you so much for telling me how you really feel.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's that blind spot of like the pearl in ourselves who doesn't feel worthy of that love,
Yeah,
worthy of that care.
yeah,
Um, and its blind spot is um, it doesn't know that there's like it's so wanted. Like in the dream, I was holding the perspective that's like it was so obvious to me that I would care, want, you know,
yeah,
want to give her the
yeah.
love and the nourishment. And
And
then,
oh, go ahead.
yeah, it was like painful for me to see her in that state.
Yeah. And I think the perspective of you in the dream and the perspective of Pearl in the dream, we've all been on both ends
Hmm.
of, oh my God, if I had known, of course, I don't want you to be there. I want to like provide. And then
Hmm.
we've also experienced being Pearl under the bed.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like, what will it take to, yeah,
Oh,
like be seen in that state?
mhm. What I'm getting right now, I don't know. I believe this was just a download of like, it feels like the collective of um to really be in alignment, to really trust to see each other safely.
Mm.
That trust feels like, even with all the awareness, is still hard to do.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of pain there. And I think that's what I'm feeling. Like, even through everything that's built, why is it so hard to like trust each other, to feel safe with each other?
Mhm. To be seen by each other.
Yeah. And why still feel like it doesn't work
Mm. Or it won't work.
or it won't work. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's actually more accurate. It feels like that it won't work,
Mhm.
like Pearl. Because I mean, just utilizing the dream, Pearl knows, like Pearl knows you love her.
Mhm.
Pearl knows she's safe with you.
Mm.
Like I've seen like Pearl around you. You like the most sweetest thing in her life.
Mhm.
But just to go along with the dream, it's like you are her safest person,
Mhm.
but still being in there, whether it's shame or whatever it may be, that's keeping her there, then rather than coming out and showing you.
Mhm.
So, oh my God. So, do you think then this dream is trying to say the message of, even like maybe this is also the collective too, of like, even if you're the safest person, is still kind of like hard to surrender fully to show yourself,
Mm.
like 100%.
Mhm.
It might have surrendered to 80%,
Mhm.
but to surrender 100%, even with the safest person, is a hard thing to do.
Mm.
And I can agree,
Mhm.
because even
Yeah.
with my relationship to you, like I definitely want to surrender 100% to like, um, no, how do I say this? Like, you are one of the safest people in my life, but to 100% surrender there, um, it feels like, oh, but what if it doesn't work out? A little bit, like a little bit, but it's not where it scares me at all. It's almost
Yeah.
like, oh, even if I do, I
Yeah.
still feel safe to talk it out with you. But it's still that place where it still holds that frequency. That makes sense. It still holds that feeling state. It doesn't want to fully let go and be like, um, I'm really committed to being 100% safe with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where, wait, is that it? Wait, I feel like that's not true in a sense where my conscious self is like, I'm 100% safe with you. But there is this like little space that I keep for myself of like, just in case. Like, just in case it doesn't work out, it's almost like then I have to be prepared or something of like, um, not getting so hurt or something like that.
Yeah. And
And
again,
what,
that's the part of you that is your protector.
yeah. And it feels like to 100% like surrender to the safety is getting rid of this, like little bit. And it's very little. But it's like, just in case I want to leave that 1% there or something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think it's about trying to like get rid of that or thinking it's
Um, no, yeah, I think you're right too. It's like positive and negative, but
yeah.
I almost feel like I could shift it in a way where, um, like I could sense something in that energy, in that belief where it's not really safe, because that means even that little bit holds a distance. In my real deep, I don't know, I don't know. All of me is like, oh no. But it kind of doesn't make me feel safe in this I don't know. Like, what does this I don't know that I don't know of, because I feel completely safe with you.
I
Does that
mean,
make sense?
almost completely safe.
Yes, yes. Almost completely safe. So this I don't know, it's like, it's kind of scary to know what this I don't know is. And therefore, this I don't know, without me knowing, is creating this distance.
And in other places, it could have more energy in other places. Yeah.
The only reason why I'm saying this, like, Kwonyin, is because myself sees you as me. I'm coming from the space of, I'm only saying all of this because I see you as me. So if I see you as me, that means I'm not 100% owning myself. And that's the part where that awareness doesn't make me feel like, oh, I can see how it's also not healthy too. Where,
Not healthy to what? Have that fear?
like, I'm putting a distance to myself
Mm-hmm.
of fully surrendering to owning myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because for me to think that of you when you are the safest, one of the safest people in my life, you are me.
So just showing you don't feel safe with yourself.
That's So me saying this about you is literally how I feel about myself.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
if I fully own myself 100%, let's say, and I say, okay, like I totally see you as my friend, my most safest friend, and I have other friends who feel safe too, but you as being one of them, I completely surrender 100% to being safe with you. And let's just say something happens in the relationship where, oh, I feel hurt by you, but I still feel 100% safe to come to you to tell you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Then that feels like
Mhm.
a reflection of, oh, I'm fully owning myself. I feel safe. And I want to get to that place. And I feel like your dream also kind of represents like, oh, I am Kwonyin you. That's like, oh, I want to see everything. But now I'm also recognizing, oh, I'm also Pearl too in the dream that you stated of recognizing this little bit of not
Mhm.
wanting to be fully seen.
Mm.
This side of me too. I feel safe.
Yeah. Not wanting to be fully seen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow, that made me feel good
Mm.
to say that to you actually.
Mhm.
Ironically, I feel happy now after I said it.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I was gonna say I accept you for
Oh yeah.
that part. I have that part too. I think, yeah.
The thing is, I know you too. That's the thing. That's why I'm
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, you're one of my safest people. Uh,
Yeah. Although I think I do feel pretty safe. I don't know. I'm less aware of the part that feels unsafe
yeah.
with you.
Oh, you know what? That feels so in alignment.
Oh, really?
What you just said. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think you're probably one of the most accepting people
Yeah.
I've ever known. Like,
Yeah. And I actually own that about
you
myself.
have like,
Like,
yeah, you have
yeah.
like very high tolerance
Yeah.
for gnarly ass things that
Yeah.
come up in the human psyche. Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen you get scared or put off by anything. It's
Yeah.
pretty remarkable. That's why I think you're like an amazing shadow worker. Like, there's just nothing that phases you.
Thank you. I actually acknowledge that. That I can own.
That's why I'm like, no, I'm even things I would be like, about, like,
Yeah.
I'm really pretty shocked with how nothing
Yeah.
puts you on. Mhm.
Show me. I'm so curious. Show me. I want
I
to see it.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, please go there. I really want to see it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I feel like my work is I wanna integrate more of your dominant energy to help me with, like, the even darker and earlier stuff.
Mm. Oh my God. So what you just said about me, wait, what was it again? Because that was so good.
Well, just
You're not
I think,
aware of how much you said. What was it?
um well, the part that feels unsafe with you, I'm less aware of that in myself because
Yeah. And that's,
I feel safer with you with some gnarly things than I am with myself.
yeah. But it's a reflection of
Oh, wow, I
yourself.
just realized that's the truth.
Yeah. Oh,
Like, you'll treat my gnarliness better than I'll treat it in myself.
yeah.
So that's why, like, you're safer to me than I am to
Oh
myself.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Yeah,
And you could feel totally safe.
yeah.
Um, and feeling
No,
safe.
I do. I do. Mhm.
But I was just gonna say, when you said that about me was basically saying that about yourself. When you first said that sentence, that phrase, it was so in alignment, like, oh, that is how you feel about yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Wow. This is like um moment of honesty is
Yeah.
happy.
Oh my god. Oh my god, so this is the antidote. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh my
God,
God.
you're so right.
Yeah. Well, happiness is a natural byproduct of
Yeah,
just like total like honesty. You don't have to try at happiness if you're just being honest
yeah.
with where you're at. Yeah.
No, you're so right.
Yeah.
I right before this call, I was giving my mom her session, and it was a total major um no, 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 no. Like, and
Resistance, a lot of resistance.
a lot of resistance of like, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. And I'm like, here it is, here it is, here it is. But then finally got to it, and it was um all of this what we talked about of not wanting to see her own truth.
Mm.
But when she did, it was about owning herself. So she's like, well, how am I going to find the solution? How am I going to find the solution? Um, because she felt like there's no solution, there's no solution. But the solution was um, genuinely speaking your truth.
Oh.
Yeah. And that was it. That was her solution. And it just made me realize right now, I
Mm.
just had it, and it just remembered when you said, yeah, it's the truth.
Mm. Well, that fits
Surrender,
your Christ consciousness
surrendering the truth. Yeah.
frequency.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like what Jesus said, the truth shall set you free.
Oh my God, you're right. You're right. Yeah. It's the truth.
Yeah. Mm.
And that's
Yeah.
exactly what it was in her thing. It's going to set you free from this like caged up space where you've been holding yourself in all this time.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
Ah.
and even in my gloomy state, just without me even realizing, just speaking the truth and talking truth with you, I feel better.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Oh, I was looking outside. There's
Yeah.
more sun. So I was like, oh.
Oh, I know. I could see something glinting in your
Oh.
glasses in a
I'm like, they
moment.
even got sunnier
I
outside.
know. Suddenly the clouds parted. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah. Oh my God.
wow. Yeah.
So the real, I guess, natural remedy
Hmm.
is feeling safe to state your truth. Wow. But
It's such a
yeah.
simple
Uh-huh.
thing, but
You're so
God,
right.
it.
Why is it so hard?
Yeah, I think it's a lifelong
Wow.
practice
Hmm. But it
coming,
makes sense.
returning to
Like,
that.
yeah,
Mhm.
to feel safe to speak your truth means feeling so safe with the other person that's listening.
Mhm.
But I realized we tried to state our truth when we didn't feel 100% safe to speak our truth to that other person.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. And sometimes you'll come to a place where you don't feel safe with the person, but it's still,
Hmm.
it's, you still are needing to speak your truth.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because,
I agree.
um, right, if you, I mean, hopefully we're creating a world more where have, we're able to feel
Yeah.
more and more safe with each other to speak the truth. But
But even to the person, like you said, it's so good. Um, to the person you don't feel safe with. But the only time that should be utilized is when you know within yourself, like it feels true to you. Like, even though this person doesn't feel safe, it feels so right for me to do so. But if it comes from a place of expressing your truth to someone and say that doesn't feel right, and it comes from revenge or whatever to hurt somebody or whatever, then
Yeah.
backfires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in a more painful state.
Yeah.
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 I feel like we've come into that space of stillness.
Yeah. Well, truth. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, do you think I feel complete with where we
I
are?
do too. I do too. Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Well, thanks for this conversation.
Yeah. Thank you too.
Yeah.
All right.
And connection.
Thank
Okay.
you.